we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we get it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty yes as Diddy, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tennis. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. See some thousands, now I'm after some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cupping hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Wow. Lucas stole out them pint bottles out Granny crib. I poured so much I ain't want to live. Told money then, shit we in the wind. I was in the hood when I clipped the bin. Since a young nigga I been ready. Went glass house on every Chevy. In this game I tried plenty settings. It's all or nothing. How niggas been. Got sucker niggas, keep suckers with them. One of the reasons I ain't fucking with them. Trish taking some more than her. Guess she couldn't even afford a winner. I'm open late, don't need a scale, and it's always over. Sneak wishing well, I double down, slick shit to spell. Shawty know I don't kiss and tell. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. My same, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spencer night, she pack a bag right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first. Eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spencer night, she pack a bag right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first. Eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean.
What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, chat? Y'all locked?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Are y'all locked in, chat?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh, man! Double tap the screen, shut the live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut the live out. What we doing tonight, chat? They saying Pam Bondi is in trouble. Unredacted files prove a cover-up. Allegedly. Who can we trust, man? Double tap the screen, shut the live out. Chat, y'all know what time it is, man. We ain't even really got much of a rundown today. We finna get into Pam Bondi getting her ass grilled and see what's actually going on. I got a couple of miscellaneous clips, man, but I need everybody to double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. Chat, before we get in that Pam Bondi, this is going viral right here. This girl got married, and before she got married, she made a video to Chief Keef and said he has 10 minutes to hit her up and blow her back out before she gets married, chat. Now, I'm not gonna lie, chat. This right here is scary, bro. Scary. Picture being not even the groom, chat. Picture being the best man. You're the best man, and you see your boy's wife sending out a damn Amber Alert to Chief Keef to blow her back out on wedding day. Now, chat, I've heard about bachelorette parties where they put the damn bananas and do whatever and eat all the funny shaped candies and ice creams and shit. I've heard about bachelor parties with damn male strippers or whatever, man. But to put a fucking APB out for Chief Keef, Big Gucci Sosa, to slide through and clap the buns on your wedding day is diabolical, bro. They have no shame.
Chief Keef, this is your last chance, otherwise I'm gone forever. You have 10 minutes to let me know. I feel the most beautiful I've ever felt. This is my address. Chief Keef, this is your last chance.
Man, there's no way, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, look at all the bread they spent, bro. Like, look at the way that shit's plated, man. Look at the way that shit's plated and the way the lights are and shit, man. That's some chicken, bro. How much y'all think they spent on this wedding, man? How much y'all think they ended up spending on it? Man, it look like a lot of guests can fit in that building, too, bro. Like, what? Listen to her.
This is your last chance, otherwise I'm gone forever. You have 10 minutes to let me know. I feel the most beautiful I've ever felt. This is my address. Chief Keef, this is your last chance.
I'm telling you, man, listen, playing with Chief Keef, man, he'll slide through, man, perform, and blow your wife's back out, man, have you on some Adam 22 no jumper type shit over. Y'all better quit playing with Big Gucci Sosa, man. Putting out an APB for Big Gucci Sosa to blow up. You know what that lets me know, chat? Any nigga coming through, bro, wearing his dreads over his eyes like this, any nigga coming through with the dreads over his eyes like this, bro, any nigga coming through with the dreads over his eyes like this, bro, got a chance, bro. He might mess around and dig in your woman, bro. Anybody coming through like that might dig in your woman, bro. Crazy, man. Let's get to this Pam Bondi shit, chat. We're gonna be here a little minute, man, because this Pam Bondi shit was a little long. That shit's crazy to me, chat. Put out an APB to Big Gucci's. It would have been a lot of disappointed motherfuckers there that night, chat. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been a lot of disappointed people in there, man. Mad as hell, man. What happened? The wedding got called up? You damn right. You damn right. Not going for this shit, man. Pam Bondi, full. Where the hell is it? Why can I only find clips? Where's the full? Here we go. I was looking on Forbes. I should have been looking on the AP. All right, chat. Here we go, man. Double tap the screen. Let me know y'all locked in, man. What we doing, man? Let me know y'all locked in. I ain't gonna lie, that big Gucci Sosa shit threw me a little off, chat. Let's get into this PAM Bondi, man.
We welcome everyone to today's hearing on oversight of the Department of Justice. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Wisconsin, Mr. Tiffany, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
ICE agents, you shut it down. You claim you're investigating the cold-blooded murder of Alex Preddy, an ICU nurse at the VA. But how can we trust the administration when the president and Kristi Noem called Preddy a domestic terrorist and Stephen Miller called him a would-be assassin? Not only do you refuse to share evidence with the state and local investigators and prosecutors in Minnesota, you have blocked their access to the crime scene and the evidence. How are you seeking justice for Mariamar Martinez, the Montessori school teacher in Chicago who was shot 5 times by a Border Patrol agent who bragged about it on text? Or the family of Keith Porter, a father of 2 shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent in LA? Or the family of Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, shot and killed in Illinois minutes after he dropped his kids off at school? There's no sign of any movement at the Department of Justice. You even launched a criminal investigation into Renee Good's grieving widow. How sick is that? But it's even worse. You've turned the People's Department of Justice into Trump's instrument of revenge. Trump orders up prosecutions like pizza, and you deliver every time. He tells you to go after James Comey.
Chat, what's up, Fries? I need everybody to double tap the screen. What's up, Delphine? What's up, Too Strong? Big Niche, I see you, girl. Everybody double tap the screen. Let's push this live out, man. Let's rock out, have a good time, see what the hell PAM Bondi's talking about.
Letitia James, Lisa Cook, and Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve Board, and members of Congress like Adam Schiff, Mark Kelly, Alyssa Slotkin, Chrissy Houlihan, Jason Crow, Chris DeLuzio, and Maggie Goodlander, to name a few, and you snap to it. You replace real prosecutors with counterfeit stooges who robotically do the president's bidding. Nothing in American history comes close to this complete corruption of the justice function and contamination of federal law enforcement. And the good news is many serious lawyers at DOJ, including some of your own original appointees, have refused your lawless orders. Danielle Sassoon, your original pick for acting U.S. Attorney in Manhattan, resigned rather than follow your corrupt order to quash an indictment against Mayor Eric Adams as a political favor from Donald Trump. A Federalist Society member who clerked for Justice Scalia, U.S. Attorney Sassoon refused.
Well, we got to remember, Eric Adams got caught doing the damn whatever fraud. They actually are going to give him a better position. He bowed out of the mayoral race. Zoran still won. So it's like, we seen what happened. Eric Adams got in trouble. It was right after Diddy got indicted. Eric Adams, they was talking about Eric Adams gave Diddy the key to the city. What happened? Eric Adams gets indicted. Comey's daughter, James Comey's daughter, handles the Diddy case, and they sent her ass packing after Diddy essentially beat his damn Rico. Diddy beat the Rico, but he got caught on the other charges. They sent Comey ass up out of there, the daughter, and what else happened, man? They said that they had all of the Epstein files at the Southern District of New York. Who the fuck was over there over the Southern District of New York? The fucking Comeys, man. Let's get this shit together, bro.
Used to participate in this blatantly corrupt scheme. Her top assistant, Hagen Scotton, an Iraqi war vet and 2-time Bronze Star recipient who clerked for Chief Justice Roberts, and then Judge Kavanaugh, promptly resigned too, writing to your office, quote, "I expect you will eventually find someone who is enough of a fool or enough of a coward to file your motion, but it was never going to be me." You and the president nominated Eric Siebert, a 15-year career prosecutor, to be your U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. But after 5 months of investigating Letitia James and James Comey, he found no evidence to justify criminal charges. So you forced him out. You replaced him with Lindsay Halligan, Trump's personal lawyer from the Mar-a-Lago documents case, who had 0 prosecutorial experience and no qualifications. And then you were humiliated when a federal judge found that this corrupt appointment was blatantly unlawful and threw out Halligan's indictments entirely. And grand juries of American citizens have repeatedly rejected your vendettas and baseless indictments brought by the hacks left at DOJ now, with 2 different grand juries in Virginia voting down indictments against Letitia James in a single week. And just yesterday, Another grand jury.
See, that makes it worse, Friars, when you say Comey's a Republican, that makes it damn worse because that means it's a real circle jerk. That means if Comey's a Republican and they were the ones that had all of the damn Epstein files at the Southern District of New York, Comey's daughter is the one who prosecuted Diddy. What happened in the Diddy case, chat? They had an all-white jury. So Diddy, from the moment I knew that they had an not an all-white jury, but an all-white prosecuting team, once they had all-white, and I think it was women, all-white women prosecuting Diddy, I knew they fucked up then. Let's be real here. They let Diddy off they overcharged Diddy, man. They wanted Diddy's money. Could they have got Diddy on some other shit? Yeah, they could have got Diddy on some other shit. But the other shit wouldn't have justified taking Diddy's money or freezing his assets. That's why they overcharged him, tried to go for the damn RICO. Comey's daughter, I forgot her name, Miss Comey, she dropped the fucking ball, man. And they fired her ass right after they said all of the Epstein files was at the Southern District of New York. All of this shit happened at the same time. Diddy's case, he doesn't get charged with the RICO, beats that shit, gets to get his money back. Southern District of New York is put on blast for holding the Epstein files for all of that time. It was boatloads and truckloads and shit. And she gets her ass fired immediately. Eric Adams gets pardoned in the midst of all of that.
Shut down your vendetta factory by rejecting indictments against the 6 members of Congress who had spoken out to remind all service members that they have a duty to refuse illegal orders. You tried to get a grand jury to indict 6 members of Congress who are veterans of our armed forces on charges.
That's what I don't get. How the fuck they overcharged Diddy, but none of these people have been charged at fucking all? It's like y'all try to put the RICO on Diddy for having a 21 of fucking soft, bro. The damn drug mule had a 21 of powder on the fucking plane. They had a few X pills and was flying women back and forth across the country. From what came out at trial, Diddy didn't even get no ass. Diddy was just walking around beating off while whatever was going on. And they charged this man with fucking RICO. And nobody in the Epstein files is charged. Nobody. Crazy.
Of seditious conspiracy simply for exercising their First Amendment rights. I hope you will heed the wisdom and the constitutional patriotism of those grand jurors and not try it again by doubling down on that humiliation. As your best lawyers are sacked for having participated in the January 6th case or just flee for the exits now, your new lawyers keep lying in court. In dozens of cases, they've been excoriated for lying to federal judges. Chief Judge Boasberg, right here in D.C., suggested your Department of Justice perpetrated a fraud on the court. Other judges found your statements to be, quote, inexplicably misleading, patently incredible.
No, I'm not missing the point. I'm not missing the point at all, Friars. You're saying I think you're missing the bigger picture. They fired her because of what's in the Epstein files, man. Listen, they fired her ass because it's a circle jerk, man. It's a circle jerk. From the Diddy case to the Epstein files to how it was handled. Heads had to roll. Heads had to roll. From the Epstein files being stuck in the damn Southern District of New York for all of that time and for fucking fumbling Diddy's case. It's all working, man. They thought it was going to go away. They thought, firing the Comey girl is just going to be, open and closed. It is what it is. But people kept prying away. People kept asking questions. Congress kept going up there, getting in front of the mic. The survivors kept getting up there doing press conferences. So the shit just didn't go away when they fired Miss Comey ass.
Totally inconsistent and so disingenuous that the court is left with little confidence that the government can be trusted to tell the truth about anything. Now, as ranking member, I asked the chairman to add a few extra rounds of questions today because we each have 5 hours of questions, not 5 minutes, but we're stuck with 5 minutes. That's clearly insufficient to give voice to America's victims and survivors and to demand answers about all the corruption and cover-ups that we see at DOJ right now. We've got just one round, so we ask you politely but firmly, Madam Attorney General, please do not waste 1 second of our precious time by evading questions, by changing the subject, or engaging in personal attacks against members of Congress. We saw your performance in the Senate, and we're not going to accept that. This isn't a game. In the Senate, you brought something with you called a burn book, a binder of smears to attack members personally for doing the people's work of oversight. Please set the burn book aside.
They also zoomed in on Pam Bondi's folder, and that she has like a pictogram list, allegedly, of all of the members of Congress who are asking for specific files. Like they got a damn, like, you know, a war board of like all the damn people's pictures and what files, who requested and shit. Like they're taking down names and checking it twice.
Answer our questions, and when you hear us reclaim our time, that means it's time for you to stop speaking. We only have 5 minutes, so when we reclaim our time, that means you stop. And if you don't, we will ask the chair to stop the clock and let you go on his time. The quality of justice in America depends on the character of our government. Please do your job and bring the Department of Justice back from the brink. The survivors seated behind you and the American people watching everywhere deserve a Department of Justice worthy of its name. I yield back, Mr. Chair.
Without objection, all of the opening statements will be included in the record. We will now introduce today's witness. The Honorable Pamela J. Bondi has served as the Attorney General of the United States since February 5th, 2025. She previously served in the Office of the White House Counsel, 2 terms as the Florida Attorney General, and spent more than 18 years as a prosecutor. We welcome our witness and thank her for appearing today. We will begin by swearing you in. Would you please rise and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm under penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief, so help you God?
I do.
Let the record show that the witness has answered in the affirmative. Thank you. You can be seated, and please know that your written testimony will be entered
What's up,
into
Mama
the
Money?
record
What's
in
up,
its
Carlos?
entirety. Accordingly, we ask that you summarize your testimony. Madam Attorney General, you may begin.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Jordan, Ranking Member Raskin, and distinguished members of this committee. Thank you for hosting me here today. I'm grateful for the opportunity to answer your questions, highlight the work of our department, and discuss the most important topic of all, keeping the American people safe. A little over a year ago, I was sworn into office as the 87th Attorney General of the United States. I came into office with the goal of refocusing the Department of Justice on its core mission after years of bloated bureaucracy and political weaponization. The Department of Justice's core mission is to fight violent crime, protect the American people, and defend the rule of law above all else. While our work is never done, we have made tremendous progress to make America safe again. In 2025, we saw the lowest murder rate in 125 years.
Yeah, Fries, this reminds me of RFK during his Senate confirmation hearing. Do y'all remember when RFK and Hegseth and them, when they were getting confirmed, they got fucking grilled, bro. Like they did RFK bad on his confirmation hearing.
That's nothing short of historic. If you compare 25 to 24, here's what you'll find. The murder rate is down 21%, robbery down 23%, carjacking down 43%, gun assault down 22%, ag assault, burglary, could go on and on. Crime is declining. This did not happen by accident. The numbers tell an important yet straightforward story. President Trump has given us the resources, the support, and the leadership to protect the American people. President Trump's policies have saved lives. I cannot think of a policy outcome more important than protecting the lives of American citizens. Can you? This trend has been especially clear in Washington, D.C. and in Memphis. These are 2 iconic American cities.
Like, her words just seem so fucking hollow at this point. Like, I had so much, hoping for this group of people that came in, but it's like her words just don't hit, bro. It's like they're hollow, bro. It's like a damn blowing air through a straw, bro. Like, just, you know that sound it makes when you blow air through a straw? That's what the fuck I'm hearing right now.
Years in the grip of horrific violent crime. The Department of Justice surged law enforcement resources, and the results came quickly. Crime plummeted in both cities. And I want to make one point loud and clear. We achieved those results by working with Democratic mayors. Public safety does not have a party registration. When your constituents call 911, they don't ask for political views of the responding officer. They ask for help. I have federal agents in each and every one of your districts. They're here to help, and I am here to help. Many cities and states have worked with us.
How the fuck are you there to help when every one of those Epstein survivors stood up behind you and you didn't even look them in the face? They said they haven't heard from the DOJ after countless times to reach out. The fuck do you mean? Like, these people have no shame. Like, at least don't lie about it. Damn, say we got some other shit going on right now. But I don't know, man. This shit is wild, bro. No shame.
And taken advantage of our federal support. Some have not. Meanwhile, a few elected officials have declared that they are, quote, at war with the federal government and encouraged widespread obstruction of law enforcement. This has resulted in avoidable clashes on the streets, as you've all seen. We've seen rioters storming a Christian church. Citizens and law enforcement officers have both been endangered by reckless rhetoric. We have made dozens of arrests in and around Minneapolis so far, and many of them could have been avoided by simple compliance with federal law. Of course, our efforts reach beyond our urban centers. We are striking crucial blows against terrorist organizations such as MS-13, TDA, the Sinaloa Cartel, and Antifa. And as we sit here, in the news,
save the court that, but adjudicate, as is requirement, each of those people who claim a right to be here in the United States. And that has been going on under Republican and Democratic administrations for years. What's unique about the Trump administration this time is that you and President Trump have managed to reduce the backlog of people seeking that for the first time in decades. You are getting ahead of that tremendous backlog that caused, for better or worse, the release of millions of people with little pieces of paper.
Hey, chat, be sure to support the live stream by double tapping the screen and subscribing to the channel. We are 3 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. Can we get 3 subscribers? I'm going to give shout outs. If you're a first timer in here, press the number 2 and I'll give you a shout out, man. First timers, come to the front, man. Don't be scared.
Come back later when we call you, and often to no avail when you call. So I want to congratulate you on that, because it's an accomplishment you might not take credit for, and the other side would never give you credit for. But I hope you can continue to do that and do more. And I say so for a reason, because much of this hearing will be about Minneapolis and other places in which the backlog of criminal aliens, including in my home state of California, people who have hurt other people, people who have victimized their communities, is extensive. And although the overall number through adjudication may be going on, because of places like...
Hey, don't block nobody, Maj, don't block nobody. What's up, Grinch? Thank you for the sub, Grinch. What's up, Money Mike and Elizabeth? Thank y'all for subscribing, man. We just hit 43,300 subscribers, chat, man. Let's get another quick 25, chat. But yeah, let them talk in the chat tonight, man. As long as they ain't talking crazy to me.
My home state, California, you're unable to apprehend people that my sheriffs want apprehended. They desperately want to cooperate, and they're prohibited by law. It is this committee's opinion on this side of the aisle that, in fact, you should be given the ability to demand that that participation, and that the release of a known criminal not be considered to be acceptable just because a state or a city has declared itself a sanctuary. I want you to opine on just one thing that I think has been misunderstood. As I said earlier, you create and maintain those judges that adjudicate these cases. You also support You also support so many that, in fact, have to make decisions as judges. Knowing that this limitation of so few Article 3 judges are there, please educate those who seem to miss the point that Article 1 judges, including bankruptcy judges, including immigration judges, including lots of people with the title appropriately judge, do in fact issue documents that look like, act like, and are normally accepted as warrants, as subpoenas, as demands for state officials to stand aside and allow the production of either an individual or documents. Because I think people are missing the point that these ICE retainers and detainers and so on, they act like they're nothing when in fact in the ordinary course, Madam General, you do in fact have Article 1 judges constantly putting those out, and they are respected normally.
Thank you, Congressman, for talking about all the great judges. And if I could add one thing to that, we are always recruiting and looking for judges. So please reach out to our office for these judges who are handling all these very important matters. We've even added some JAG,
What's up, Mass
JAG
QB?
officers as immigration judges.
Thank you.
And so we're continuing to do that, but we're always seeking qualified lawyers as well to be part of that. And thank you for highlighting that, Congressman.
Thank you. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The gentlelady from Washington is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Attorney General Bondi, right here. We are joined in this room by some of the thousands of survivors from Jeffrey Epstein's horrific...
Steve Farrar says Bad Bunny was awesome. Bad Bondi is not. I'm gonna get that tip by 2 Chat. So here in probably next week when super chats come through, they'll just read them out loud. Like the system, it'll automatically read it out loud. So maybe it'll make it a little more fun in here. But thank you, Steve. Steve says Bad Bunny was awesome. Bad Bondi is not. Bad Bunny was all right. I'm not gonna say he was awesome. Like it was what it was. It was okay.
sex trafficking ring. They have shown such incredible courage in speaking out, in demanding accountability to bring the predators and pedophiles to justice. The Epstein Files Transparency Act required your Department of Justice to disclose the perpetrators connected with Epstein's criminal activities and to redact the information of survivors to protect their identities. Let me show you what actually happened.
You said, what's up? You take money from worms, means you're losing your product. I don't know what the fuck worms means, but Todd, didn't I send you some money back one day? Didn't you donate to me and one day I sent you some money back? Was that you, Todd, or was that somebody else? It might not have been you, Todd. I don't know. Welcome
First,
back, Todd.
In violation of the law, your department has shown a pattern of redacting the names of powerful predators. Here behind me is one example of an email from Epstein to a man whose name was redacted. The email reads, quote, "Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video." Only after members of Congress demanded that we see the unredacted files did the world learn the name of this individual, Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, the chairman and CEO of a company that had financial ties to President Trump's business and personal ties to Trump's advisor, Steve Bannon. Second,
So they were trying to say the torture video was in response to a George W. Bush speech, or somebody had made a speech about torture going on and they were going to handle it like, stop it from going on in the world. But now we get the real shit. And it's some guy from some fucking where getting snuff films. Let's call it what the fuck it is. It's a snuff film. What the fuck are we talking about? Torture videos. Man, what?
the survivors were not similarly protected, also in violation of the law. Here is another email titled Epstein Victim List. We have blurred the name.
Man, listen, Todd, Bondi's not awesome right now. Bondi's a motherfucking liar as of right now, man. Pam Bondi Cash Patel, all of those folks told us it was nothing in the Epstein files. It was a fucking hoax. Man, I just watched Bitcoin fall off a fucking cliff the day the Epstein files dropped. I watched Microsoft drop like 10% because of Bill Gates shit in there, man. They told us it was nothing. They went from it was millions of documents, truckloads of documents, to nothing, to now we getting truckloads, man. The UK is prosecuting people. The people that was flying the planes in Brazil is getting fucking arrested. Nobody in America has shit going on, man. Nobody's in trouble here. It just is what it is, man. That's why they say we got to tout the wins. We got to talk about the Dow being at an all-time high in this, monopoly money market and shit. Because that's what we need to worry about. Because if it all falls down, a radio, that 401k gone. If these Epstein files come out, man, shit hits the fucking fan, the floor, the bottom, man. What all came out in these Epstein files? We seen Epstein talking with Call of Duty, with fucking Activision CEO about microtransactions. The whole gaming industry is just microtransactions now. Epstein. We seen Epstein get the 3 of the 5 core developers of Bitcoin and buy out the Bitcoin Foundation. Epstein has that shit, man. We seen Epstein go over to MIT and pay scientists $20 million a year to research whatever the fuck you wanted. Epstein had that shit. And they told us it was nothing. Nothing. Crazy.
Names of the survivors for their protection, but your Department of Justice initially released this list of 32 survivors' names with only one name redacted, along with numerous files that disclose not only the names, the emails, and the addresses of survivors, but also nude photographs and even the identities of Jane Does who had been protected for decades until your department released their names. Survivors are now telling us that their families...
Yeah, man, y'all can, I believe it was Brazil. It was somewhere in, like, South America. I don't know. Allegedly, it was Brazil. Man, y'all go fact check that. But, yeah, motherfuckers is getting arrested for this Epstein shit globally. People are having to step down from positions in the UK. They're calling for Keir Starmer's head. They're arresting people. South, one of those, I get... look, man, listen, I ain't trying to sound racist or nothing, but when it comes to, South American countries, man, I can't tell what from what. I'm not well traveled. That's the better way to put it. I'm not well traveled, so I don't know exactly what country the guy was from, man.
Are finding out for the first time that they were trafficked by Epstein. In their words, quote, "This release does not provide closure. It feels like a deliberate attempt to intimidate survivors, punish those who came forward, and reinforce the same culture of secrecy that allowed Epstein's crimes to continue for decades." To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think T.D. Jakes in the Epstein files, because his name would have been out there. They got Pusha T and all these other people in there. If T.D. Jakes in the Diddy files, man. We already seen T.D. Jakes in the Diddy file, allegedly.
Hand. Attorney General Bondi, you apologize to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Congresswoman, you sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General
Twice.
Bondi,
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a
Attorney General,
specific
yes,
question
Attorney General,
that
can
I
you
would
respond to your
like
question?
you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing
Yeah, they said Pam Bondi wouldn't even look at those people, man.
right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't
It is
like the
my
answer.
time.
So,
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't
a
she ask
question.
Merrick Garland this?
I am
Twice
reclaiming
when he
my
sat in
time,
my
and
chair.
when I
will
reclaim my
continue to
time,
answer.
it is
Mr. Chairman,
my
the gentlelady's
time.
reclaimed
I'm not
her
going
time.
to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
The time belongs to the time belongs to the gentlelady. The gentlelady has 17 seconds.
Thank you. You're not going to answer this question, so let me just
Chairman,
say
I'll
this.
direct it to
What a
you.
massive
No, I'm
cover-up.
answering a question.
Chairman, will you restore her time? The
I'm
witness
not
is
going to get
interrupted.
in the gutter.
Where the fuck did the gutter? Where did the gutter talk come from, Chad? Where did the gutter come from?
With this woman,
Stop the
she's
time
doing
and
theatrics.
let me have my time.
The gentlelady from Washington controls the time. The gentlelady has 17 seconds. You can proceed with your final
Thank you.
17 seconds.
What a massive cover-up this has been and continues to be. Donald Trump made the release of the Epstein files the center of his political campaign because he thought it would benefit him. Then you got into office, Attorney General, claimed to have a client list, only
Regular
to
order.
then say that there was no list. Your deputy,
Time-
Todd
time of
Blanche,
the-
met alone
time of the
with
gentlelady
Elaine
has-
Maxwell
time of the
and
gentlelady has
transferred
expired.
her to a minimum security prison. And now you continue
the
the
time of the
cover-up.
gentlelady
And I
has
wish
expired.
that you would turn around to the survivors who are standing right behind you and on a human level
Chairman,
apologize
Chair now
to them
recognizes the
on
chair.
what you have done.
Time of the
I
gentlelady.
Hey, he trying to stop from smiling, man. Like he's damn near about to bust out laughing, bro.
Back.
The gentlelady, you have no time to yield back.
Theatrics.
We appreciate that. We appreciate the thought. And I would argue the central issue in the last election, the presidential election, was securing the border. The gentleman from Arizona who knows something about securing the border is up for 5 minutes.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. In 2022, Lafarge, which is a French cement company, pled guilty in U.S. federal court to participating in a criminal conspiracy with ISIS. That conspiracy contributed to the deaths of U.S. service members fighting in Syria during Operation Inherent Resolve. As part of the plea agreement, Lafarge was required to pay more than $775 million to DOJ's Asset Forfeiture Fund. In February 2025, my colleagues and I sent you a letter urging the department to review the petitions for remission submitted by the families of those fallen service members, including several of my constituents. The previous administration ignored these victims and our requests and left their petitions unresolved. My question for you on this particular issue is if you're willing to work to ensure those families that their petitions will be reviewed and brought to a resolution.
Congressman, we are aware of that, and we're committed to doing everything we can to support the victims and work with you. Thank you for that question.
Yeah, I appreciate your answer. And now let's go to something that is also pressing that I've been working on for years, and this is the FISA Section 702 and Arctic frost. In January 2025, you testified before the U.S. Senate and agreed with Senator Lee that, quote, anytime an American citizen's private communications are intercepted or stored, whether through incidental collection or otherwise, those communications should not be searched without some showing of probable cause, close quote. You still hold that view today, I assume?
Yes.
And during the most recent FISA reauthorization, I offered an amendment to establish a clear warrant requirement for searches of Americans' data while preserving every publicly cited operational exception, including emergencies, defensive queries, cybersecurity threats. And my intent was to ensure the Department of Justice could continue to keep Americans safe while also ending warrantless searches of U.S. persons' data. Are there any additional circumstances or exceptions that you believe must be included to ensure DOJ can continue to operate effectively while still protecting American citizens' data and privacy?
Yeah, Congressman, we are committed to working with Congress to uncover weaponization and other misconduct by Jack Smith, by others, Arctic frost, everything that happened under the past administration. And We are committed to working with you on that, and we are working with Chairman Jordan, with the House Intel, with all of our my fellow cabinet members on resolving that issue.
Well, thank you. And I'm glad you brought up Arctic frost, because Section 702 was used in the Arctic frost investigation.
It was.
And information derived was used by Special Counsel Jack Smith. And my question has always been, and no one's been able to answer this, is what was the legal predicate for using a foreign intelligence authority in the Arctic frost investigation? Have you been able to ascertain any legal predicate?
Congressman, what I can tell you today is that has been referred to my office. I can't discuss anything regarding that because it is very active and ongoing.
And you probably can't answer this one either, but I really want to know if Section 702 queries related to that matter involved members of Congress, which we know at some level it did, congressional staff, which we know at some level did. We've heard that journalists or other U.S. persons not suspecting of acting as foreign agents were also caught up in that. Can you answer that question and say whether queries did cover all those groups I just identified?
It is very...
All right, chat. Everybody go to the poll now. Should Pam Bondi be fired? Yes, no, or what's the third option? Give her a chance. To the Moon 1897 says, I voted yes because I didn't like her. Hold on, what did you say? It went away. Hold on. I didn't like her accusing Alex of being a domestic terrorist. So To the Moon said they voted yes because they didn't like her accusing Alex Pretty of being a domestic terrorist.
Very active pending investigation within my office. However, I believe many members of Congress have stated that their phones were part of Arctic frost. We are well aware of that, and we are taking this very seriously, and this is a very active investigation. And I would keep going and say, if any member of the Democrat Party, if any of them, if that had happened to them, we would take that just as serious as we do. And they should be jumping up and down, screaming, supporting you and what you want to do, because this should be a bipartisan issue.
Well, I hope it is a bipartisan issue. I'll just leave with these last couple of questions, which I'm sure fall into the same investigation privilege. But that's this. How many such queries were actually conducted overall? This is outside Arctic frost in the prior year by the FBI or other intelligence community. And particularly, we really need to know, what were the legal standards applied? Did they use probable cause? Did they use reasonable articulable suspicion? Or did they have no individualized suspicion and just were gathering up information? And that's beyond the investigation with regarding Arctic frost. I don't expect you to have that information today, but if you can help get that information so we can understand the extensive nature of this continued misuse.
He has been hell-bent on securing an indictment against Ms. James for something, anything, simply because she held Donald Trump's companies accountable for years of financial fraud. And indeed, the department manufactured an investigation against her for alleged, quote, mortgage fraud. But the U.S. attorney leading the investigation, Eric Siebert, a Trump appointee, refused to bring charges against Ms. James because there was simply no evidence. Unfortunately, a prosecutor who refuses to do Trump's bidding has no place in this DOJ, so Mr. Siebert was forced out. Trump could not contain his fury that he expressed to you in a social media post addressed to you by name. I'm sure you've seen it. Quote, I fired him and there is a great case, he wrote to you about Mr. Siebert. Then we moved down. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. And obviously, you followed that order. Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former defense lawyer who had never prosecuted a case in her life, was installed to replace Mr. Siebert, and it was clear that part of her mandate was to go after Ms. James. Halligan immediately sought an indictment, which the court dismissed because Halligan was illegally put into the role. But your department of over 150,000 offenses. And you had it happen twice in the same week, in 2 different courts. That must have been
What's up,
humiliating.
Drip?
And now there are reports you are continuing to investigate her. The amount of resources that have gone into targeting Attorney General James, months of investigations, multiple failed indictments, is astounding. Since your own prosecutors told you that there is not enough evidence to support a conviction, it's clear that you are going after her simply because she held President Trump accountable and he wants to punish her. And she is just one name on a long list of Trump political enemies that DOJ is reportedly targeting. From Jerome Powell and Lisa Cook at the Federal Reserve to James Comey, numerous Democratic members of Congress, John Brennan, Jack Smith, Democratic officials in Minnesota, Chris Krebs, Miles Taylors, and more. And those are just the ones we know about. In contrast to these politically motivated investigations, grasping at something they can charge their enemies with, we now have concrete evidence of disgusting criminality revealed in the Epstein files. So I really have just one question for you. How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer the
theatrics are
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these.
Oh, somebody's found the new buzzword, theatrics, man. How everybody take a sip of your beer, drink, whatever the hell you do every time that she says theatrics tonight. I think we're on like 3 shots already, man. Theatrics, it's the word of the night, man. Theatrics, man.
I'm going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time belongs to
Reclaiming my time.
The time belongs.
I think it's very
Reclaiming
interesting.
my time.
I think it's very interesting.
You can
When
reclaim
he
your
talks
time,
about
but
they
reclaiming my
indicted,
time, Mr.
the
Chairman.
president said they indicted him
Mr.
twice.
Chairman, please
They
stop the
sure
clock
did.
and stop the
he
clock and
indicted.
restore his time.
Okay, here we go with
Committee
these
will be in order.
theatrics.
The time belongs to
time
the
and
gentleman
roll back
from
the
New
clock,
York.
please.
We will give you a few more seconds. We will do that. But when you ask a question, the witness
question
gets to
was-
answer. You may not like the answer, but she
Right.
gets to
The
answer.
question was, how many of Epstein's...
They don't like the answer, Chairman,
Reclaiming my time.
because it's honest.
Reclaiming-
So he asked a
Reclaiming my
4-minute
time.
question.
Restore 45
and
seconds,
I
Mr.
am
Nadler,
going
please,
to
Mr. Chairman.
answer.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch.
Reclaiming-
Not on our time. No way.
Reclaiming-
And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me
Yeah, I
anything.
did tell you because we
Washed
saw
up.
what you did in the Senate.
You don't tell me anything. Ooh, chat. Y'all know in Mexico, man, they get the fighting on the floor in Mexico. They get the, you know what I mean, pew, pew, pew. And China, they get the running out with bills and some more shit. They be ready to sign a bill in China, man, or whatever, one of those Asian countries, man. They'll snatch the bill and run out the damn door. This shit is crazy. But you don't tell me nothing.
You're not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order.
Time, and I should get back at least 45 seconds.
We will give you a few more seconds. I
Not a
said
few
that
more,
already.
45 seconds.
Okay, I'm timing right now, Mr. Nadler. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Reclaiming my time. The answer to my question, how many of Epstein's co-conspirators has she indicted, is 0. You have been the Attorney General for a whole year, and your DOJ fired the lead prosecutor of this case, sat on evidence this entire time, and claimed falsely last July that there were no more leads. It took an act of Congress for you to finally release part of the Epstein files, and when you did, you included personal information about the victims while protecting the names of abusers.
Time of the gentleman
None of
has
the perpetrators
expired.
have been brought to justice, but enormous resources
Time
have
of
been
the
dedicated
gentleman
to
has
President Trump's
expired, and
It's
obviously
clear that under your leadership, the Department of Justice
There was
no longer
no
I don't
wants
give
to
a
in
fuck
there.
what he talking
work
about,
for
man.
Donald
Two.
Trump. I yield back.
the gentleman yields back.
May I answer?
I think our next questioner, Madam Attorney General, is going to give you time to respond to
Thank you, Chairman.
all kinds of things. So we will turn to the gentleman from Texas for 5 minutes.
Ms. Bondi, you go right ahead. I'm over here. The time is yours.
Thank you. First, he brought up the president saying they indicted me twice. They sure did. They tried to impeach him twice. And you, Mr. Nadler, were one of the leads on the impeachment. I was on the other side. I lived that with you. During impeachment, you said the president conspired, sought foreign interference in the 2016 election. Robert Mueller found no evidence, none, of foreign interference in 2016. Have you apologized to President Trump? Have you apologized to President Trump, all of you who participated in those impeachment hearings against Donald Trump? You all should be apologizing. You sit here and you attack the president, and I am not going to have it. I'm not going to put up with it. You know, all they want to do, all the American people need to know this. They are talking about Epstein today. This has been around since the Obama administration. This administration released over 3 million pages of documents. Over.
Pam, didn't that shit go through you? Didn't he get that cupcake sentencing down there under your watch, Pam? This shit been going on since the Pam Bondi administration in Florida, man. Let's get this shit together, man. Listen, now I'm not saying Obama didn't have nothing to do with it, man. I seen a few pictures. You know what I mean? I seen some pictures, chat. But let's be clear that this shit is on your watch too, man. Florida had their hands on this shit way before it got over there. Didn't he get a little cupcake sentence? What'd he tell Steve Bannon? What Steve Bannon say? What are you, like a level 3 offender? Everything, I'm level 1. How the fuck is he level 1? After all the shit we done read, how the fuck is he level 1?
Million, and Donald Trump signed that law to release all of those documents. He is the most transparent president in the nation's history. And none of them asked Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over, the Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader.
What the fuck does the Dow have to do with what we're talking about, bro? This is equivalent to somebody asking you what is 5 plus 5 and you say apples. Real shit, chat. Real shit, man. That's like you asking somebody, hey, man, what's 5 plus 5, man? And he look at you and say, apples. The fuck are we talking about here, bro? Like, what? We're talking about the Epstein files and talking about it went through Obama, and then you talking about the Dow. The fuck does the DOJ have to do with the Dow? Isn't that somebody else's job? Get somebody else to do it. The fuck, bro? Stocks, okay, I guess stocks, but we're talking about the Epstein files going through Obama. So let me rephrase that. What the fuck does the Dow have to do with the Epstein files? Shit is crazy.
Here, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan.
Committee will be in order.
Listen, man, they have no shame, bruh. Like, you have a damn dozen Epstein survivors behind you seeking justice, seeking a damn conversation, and we're talking about the Dow. We're talking about 401ks and shit. Now, listen, Chad. I'm a little brighter than just your average Joe. I'm just a little bit, man. Maybe there needs to be some fucking Adderall on the congressional floor so these people can stay focused, man. Maybe they need to just drop a little Adderall out there. You know, just, hey, man, if you're having trouble focusing, we're just going to put a little bowl of Adderall here for y'all. Because motherfuckers missed the mark, bro. They missed the mark with that one. What the fuck is she talking about, bro?
Mr. Jordan, am I going to get an extra 45 seconds added to my time?
The committee will be in order. The time belongs to the gentleman from Texas. Ms. Bondi, the Attorney General can respond.
Thank you. The Dow has shattered 50,000 for the first time. This is crazy. They said it couldn't be done in 4 years, yet President Trump has done it in 1 year. National median rents have fallen to a
Where the fuck is Money Way at? Right now is the time that I need Money Way around, bro. I need Money Way in here to say it's about the money. All of this Epstein, it's about the money, man. She's letting you know, man, fuck these survivors I got behind me. Fuck anybody going to jail for this shit. Why the fuck am I here when the Dow just hit 50K and we got 401Ks at all-time highs and shit? Do y'all not see what's going on here? Everybody's making money in her mind, so fuck everything else. This shit is nuts, bro. This shit is nuts, bro.
low, thanks to Donald Trump. That's why they want to focus on Epstein and our most transparent president in the nation's history. The murder rate, as I said, has plummeted to a 125-year low, thanks to Donald Trump. For an unprecedented 9 straight months, there were 0 illegal border crossings at the southern border. That's what we should be focused on. All the great work that this president has done and will continue to do to keep America safe and to make Americans safe.
Thank you, Attorney General.
Damn, Chad, hold on. My bad. I know that hurt y'all ears. I'm sorry.
I agree with you totally. I think you've done a fine job. I think the Democrats, in fact, should be apologizing to the Epstein victims for doing nothing during the 4 years that they were running the government. We did not hear about this, and it took you and President Trump to finally provide transparency and give answers to the American people, and I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you also for standing up for truth today and for fighting back against the theatrics and the time waste that you will endure over the next hour or two. I want to apologize on behalf of my colleagues on the left. They're not.
Man, I damn sure don't believe there was 0 border crossings. Now, this is what I'm gonna say. Chat, I need everybody to subscribe to the channel. Chat, we're 10 subscribers away from the next sub goal. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and double tap your screen, hit the like button. But no, I don't think that there were 0 border crossings. There were probably, I think they're saying net 0. I think when she says 0, I think she means net 0. Like maybe they're deporting the same amount of people that's coming in at this point, because I just watched a video where they had a whole fucking they talking about these Chinese undocumented Chinese coming in with the damn grow farms in Oklahoma.
All that bad, but they've got to put on a show. And I'm sorry that you have to go through that. And I would like to yield the last, I'd say 40, and 40 is 80 seconds. The clock says 40, but I've got 80 seconds since I was so rudely interrupted. And I'll give all 80 seconds to Chairman Jordan.
And I would just yield to the Attorney General if she has anything to add.
I'm fine to continue. Thank you, Chairman.
All right. The chair now recognizes, the gentleman yields back. The chair recognizes the gentlelady from California.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would
What
note
it
that
do?
Mr. Nadler's question has not yet been answered, but I want to start by asking that out of respect for the American public and the Epstein survivors, some of whom, of course, are here today, that we can have a transparent conversation and get the public the answers they deserve. I want to briefly direct your attention to two documents I'm hoping we will put up on the screen. In the first, an individual emails Jeffrey Epstein asking whether a woman identified as M was pro or civilian, and Epstein responds that she was a civilian, Russian, and fun. In the second email, Epstein writes to Steve Tisch about a Ukrainian girl, noting that she was, quote, a little freaked out by the age difference and stating that he would try to convince her not to return to Ukraine. He then instructs Mr. Tisch to call him, adding, I don't like records of these conversations. So I'd like to ask a straightforward question that really is either a yes or no answer. Do these emails constitute credible evidence, not proof, but credible evidence warning further investigation into whether Steve Tisch was involved in Epstein's criminal conduct? Do you think yes or no?
I'm not going to play a yes-no game with you, but I will answer the question to the best of my ability. We will look and investigate any case involving any victim. I'm not familiar, there were 3 million pages, of course, with that email, but of course, we will look into anything.
No. It was 5 million pages, and we ain't forgot. Maybe 6.
Have been released, 3 million. The redacted versions, we left them open for all of you to come view. Have you? I believe you view them. If not, will you have some copies?
I'd like to.
But could I finish, please? I'm not being rude. Please.
I only have 5 minutes.
No, yeah, and I only have 30 seconds based on your filibuster.
Well, you didn't give
Time
a yes or no answer, so let me just go further. Director Patel testified in this committee room that there was no credible information indicating that Epstein trafficked victims to anyone else. And glancing at the documents, that's proves that's not the case. In July, your department issued a memo stating that it had conducted an exhaustive review of the Epstein files and concluded that no additional individuals would be charged. So I did go over to the Department of Justice yesterday. I would note that 400 and all our 35 members are in the House, and there's 4 computers. So it would take many months to actually have the time. I only had.
All right, chat. Y'all want to do a panel? Y'all want to do a panel, or y'all want to watch some more of this, man? It's coming up on 10 o'clock, man. I plan on doing a panel tonight because we haven't done a panel in a while. But if we gonna do a panel, hey, we finna do that right now. We gonna do it now.
A few hours. I think the transparency argument is really kind of a sham because it's not really.
Whoa! Did you have to wait to get a computer?
It is not possible to
hang on.
to really go in. I did, however, see a U.S. attorney information for the Southern District of New York indicating that there were additional survivors and probable co-conspirators. Other members of Congress have uncovered likely co-conspirators whose names were blocked out. Now, the Epstein File Transparency Act, which all but one member of this House voted for and the president signed, requires the department to release everything except that it needs to be redacted to protect the victims or an ongoing prosecution, which apparently there is none from the testimony we have received. I am concerned.
We can do a panel on whatever, man. We could talk about we kind of already talked about the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny. We could talk about the governors. We could talk about Trump not inviting Westmore because he's black, and not inviting Colorado's governor because he's a gay Jew to the governor's ball, and putting the Democrats in a position to where either they were going to be exclusionary and leave Westmore the fuck at home, and the guy from Colorado home, or they just wasn't all, they were just all not gonna go, and they all chose not to go. We can talk about that. We could talk about they're talking about Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk's picture wasn't in his damn office and shit. That's going viral right now. What else? Oh, and some crazy shit came out in the files, man. I think Epstein had commissioned a damn painting of like some people like eating kids and shit, man. I don't know, bro. That shit's crazy, bro. The more and more that comes out about this shit, bro.
Concerned that this act has not been fully complied with. When Director Patel came to the committee, he admitted that up to 1,000 FBI agents had gone through the files and redacted President Trump's name from them. And it's pretty clear that what has been
That's what the live was going to be about tonight, man. Was going to be about that West getting blackballed with Colorado's governor. You know, we was going to speak about that. I was going to debate that. You know, have people call in and debate that. But it is what it is. Don't really. Oh yeah, Carlos, you said imagine what they're holding back. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't wait till I get my other devices. Once I got another camera coming in, and once I get a gimbal, I'm gonna live stream like I'm gonna have like 3 different streams going. It's gonna be lit. I'm gonna have my Whatnot stream on too, so y'all will be able to go over to Whatnot and get your plug sack merch, your coffee cups, your shirts, and all of that shit. Yeah, it's gonna be decent. Why do all of these people in our politics seem to hate accountability so much? No one generally likes accountability. Like, you got to think, man. You can look at your regular job at work, man. Who really wants to take accountability at that damn job, man? Nobody, bro. Shit's just in politics now. But yeah, Carlos, imagine what they're holding back. Yeah, that's why she keeps telling how hot this Dow Jones and shit is. Cash Patel said he's not gonna release the other files. Somebody was speaking earlier about Pam Bondi sent Cash Patel an email asking him to stop redacting so much shit. So it's looking like Cash Patel might have had his hands on redacting some of this shit allegedly. That's probably why his eyes get so big. You know what I'm saying? Like every time he talking about this shit, his eyes be like this because they probably done, tapped on his shoulder like, hey, yo, Cash Patel. You know you done fucked up, right? You know if this shit come out, you done fucked up, right? You gotta think, that's what we've been seeing going on. You said the HBO documentary. Yeah, plug mug, yeah, man, I gotta get those together. Yeah, I think Cash is going down, man. I think Bongino got up out of there. Bongino got up out of there at the right time. Because I feel like he knows this shit's finna get ugly, bro. But I did see that they're trying to say that 2020 election fraud has been confirmed, quote unquote, confirmed. As of tonight, I seen people posting those videos, so we'll see. We will see what 2020 election fraud is. This shit is crazy. Thomas Massey was grilling it too. Hold on, let's see if we can see what Thomas Massey is. There you go. No, that ain't him. Yeah, did they want him make to go live? Yeah, I don't see Thomas Massey. He's in here somewhere. I just can't find him. I think he had on a gray suit. see it. Oh, you said Trump think he's going to find 11K votes in Georgia. What's up, Marvin? We finna get up out of here though, chat. We finna get up out of here. We'll jump in the Discord and hang out. Miles, drop the Discord. I'm finna jump in the Discord because I wanted to do a panel and do some call-ins, but shit, y'all know I was up, man. We was live at 6 this morning. We was live at 6 on the dot this morning, I think. Maybe like 6:03. But yeah, chat, we gonna get in the Discord, hang out. I'm gonna wind down and I'll see y'all on the next one, chat. We almost made it out the shadow band too, chat. Y'all seen today we hit like 200 viewers, man. We in the shadow band because I was playing those fights. I looked it up. Me playing those fights got us damn restricted out here, chat. So I need y'all to like the video, share the video. After this live is over, I need y'all to comment, man. Especially the family members, the mods and shit, members. I need y'all to comment after this live is over. Start a conversation, you know, whatever part you thought was whatever, man, because we working out this shadow band. It's a little messed up right now, chat. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was playing those fight videos and people getting ran over by cyber trucks and shit. And, yeah, they restricted. Appreciate that, Friars. All right, chat. We'll see y'all in the Discord, man.